Hi, let's talk about the Fatale Deluxe Edition Book 2. Fatale Deluxe Edition Volume 2 from Ed Brubaker and Shaun Phillips is the conclusion of their Fatale storyline. Follows a character currently known as Josephine, though she has many names, as her story meets its end. I won't say if that's a good end or a bad end, you'll have to make your mind up for that, but it meets an end regardless. Let's have a look in the book and talk more about the plot without me spoiling it too much. Okay, so Fatale Deluxe Edition Volume 2. Let's have a look at it. Nice design on the cover, these sort of tentacles, Lovecraftian themed cover with a lady in the middle there. Obviously that's Josephine from the story. No dust cover as usual with Image Deluxe Editions, but you just get a nice plain back there. The book reads really well, sort of a nice patterned liner cover there. And you get a very small contents page, essentially collecting 1, 2, 3 of the trades that finish out the series, and then you get some extras. And you always get good extras with Ed Brubaker and Shaun Phillips. Really, a lot of this is stuff that you can read on its own, but it really is best to read the first volume of the deluxe edition, or rather all the trades leading up to this point if you buy it individually. You get more of the history of Josephine. Well, Josephine as she's known now, she goes by many names throughout the passage of time, and you get her backstory, or rather elements of her backstory, filled in as you go. It really is a sort of hazy puzzle they want you to fill in yourself. You never get a sort of really straight explanation as to what has happened to her and where she comes from. You get elements of it, but never the full story just laid out to you. You get background on the main villain as well and why he's after her, which really helps, bring these stories to a final conclusion. And it is a definite final conclusion at the end of this as well. Again, I'll try and avoid flipping on to the last pages so you don't see what that is, because there is an element of mystery to this. Whilst some people have said these stories in the second volume get a little bit repetitive, because it's essentially the main character, she has influence over men. She can make men fall in love with her and lust after her, and she can control them by making them do things for her. But quite often this is a sort of monkey's paw type curse, because once she starts controlling them, they become massively infatuated with her and start doing bad things. Like, here we go, there's some bad things. This often results in her having to leave, and she can never sort of set down and settle anywhere. Some men are immune to it, but you'll find out how and why that is through this book. But essentially you have all these storylines that have been woven throughout the 2 deluxe editions, and all the stories coming to a head. It's really hard to explain this without describing where it's going, but there is a showdown with the cult that is after her. How that showdown goes down, I will leave for the reader to discover. But it's not some massive sort of drop down, drag out brawl. Things happen fast and hard, and I suppose as realistically as you're going to get in this kind of story. It maintains that sort of noir, pulpy feel that Ed Brubaker and Shaun Phillips is so good at creating. I mean, there's great colours and pencils in this, and it really gives that feeling of atmosphere. I would say if you're a fan of Ed Brubaker and Shaun Phillips' work, give this book a definite try, because it is really worth picking up, especially while it's still available. Now, you get a nice lot of extras, different cover ideas, and usually, where are we? Yeah, here we are. And you get some essays from them as well, just on the themes and ideas through this book. So things about H.P. Lovecraft and that. And you also just get some nice study art from Shaun Phillips as well. There's some nice just character development images. It's just a good book, to be honest. If you've ever had the Criminal Deluxe editions, this is totally worth picking up and putting in your library next to it. Okay, so that was the book. I really enjoyed this. As I said a minute ago, a lot of people said that they found the stories a little bit repetitive, but that's the purpose of the character. That is her curse, is meeting men and having them meet, grim fates. I like the way they interweave some of the storyline. I wish they'd had a bit more of a clearer explanation as to what Josephine was. Maybe I missed some cues in there that I should have picked up on, perhaps, I don't know. It's a real shame that the Volume 1 Deluxe Edition is currently out of print and going for ludicrous prices online, which I will not pay. The way Ed Brubaker has been in recent interviews, that he wants his money, he wants his, credit. I'd buy it if he reprinted it. They've reprinted the Criminal Deluxe Edition, so this has got to be on the cards for a reprint as well. Volume 1 has got to be coming out at some point. It just makes business sense for him to do that, unless there's some rights issue perhaps, but I don't think there is. Check this out. It's good, easy to buy online at the moment. Certainly worth getting in the sort of hardcover format. Please let me know what you think about the book, be interested, and please feel free to like and subscribe and check out the website and the Instagram. Thanks for watching.